ForgeBox module of the week is CFWheels, the .envsettings plugin. So we talked about this one a little bit before, and this module reads secrets contained in a .env file or other file that you specify and loads those values into CFWheels settings. And this is based on Eric Peterson's CommandBox module. So .env is a pretty popular concept for a lot of different tools and languages, and this one basically Eric built. And so what this one does, it goes a step further. So usually when you're using CommandBox and you use a .env file, the .env module for CommandBox automatically loads your .env file into your Java settings, and so that becomes available as environment variables for you to use. So if you're not in a CommandBox server though, those .env files don't get read. So what this one does is it actually is a plugin for CFWheels. If you drop it into your CFWheels plugins folder and you restart your application or use the Wheels CLI to install it, you can do CFWheels .envsettings as installer, and then basically you can have a .env file in your root project. Make sure you add it to git ignore. Always have that ignored. And then basically you can use property style, but they also have JSON style, which is interesting. I don't know if other people do that in .envs as well or not, but
I've never seen that now, but that's
property
cool.
style. But the cool thing is basically that in your CFWheels app, you can read secrets by adding the read.env settings to your application. So if you put it on your application start file, basically it'll read them in, put them into your settings. And so you can use the get. And so let's say ColdFusion has help is similar to this that read from the environment variables or the Java settings. And so if you do, I think get system setting, and then you have the name of the key, and then you can give it a default as well. And so that way you can load them up. So this is basically a Wheels version. And the cool thing is that it actually will read, the file directly. So you don't have to worry about having CommandBox to run it. So this type of thing might be useful for a ColdFusion app if you're not using CommandBox as well. But using CommandBox with that .env module, it does it for you automatically. But it's kind of cool to see, CFWheels are making their developers' lives easier, and that's really the goal. And if you do want a different name, you just pass the name in to the read.env settings. So,
cool.
And remember, if you're on like Nginx and Linux, usually dot file, so .env dots are usually ignored, so they can't be accessed remotely. If you change it to something else, it may not be blocked, so always make sure you block them from your servers, because again, if you go to everybody's website and add .env on the end of it and they've got a file accessible, you can get all your secrets not so secret anymore.
I have to do a quick thing. Sorry about this. Going back to the jobs for 1 second, I tried pasting the job link for Clear Capital, and the URL with all the parameters was too long for the chat here on here. So basically, it's listed at jobs.jobvite.com, but all the parameters to actually get there, it was too long for the chat, so I couldn't post it. So I just didn't want to kind of gloss over it because it's important.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get a short link real quick too.
Okay. That would have been pretty smart to do too.
Yeah, I didn't think of it until now either. We've been doing it for a couple of weeks, so. That was our ForgeBox module of the week, brought to you by Modernize or Die Podcast, CFML News Edition, proudly sponsored by Order Solutions. You can see the new episodes every week on CFML News.modernizeordie.io or on the Order Solutions YouTube channel.